the young and the restless spoilers. Welcome back to our channel, Soap Family. It's a beautiful day to dive deep into the drama of Genoa City, and boy, do we have a lot to unpack today. Grab your favorite mug of coffee, settle in, and let's get right into the thick of it, because the latest twists have left us absolutely reeling, and we need to talk about this right now. I cannot believe they did that. Are you actually kidding me right now? I am sitting here, staring at my screen, completely and utterly baffled by the sheer, unadulterated stupidity of Jack and Kyle Abbott. I mean, we are talking about two men who supposedly run a multinational cosmetics empire. Two men who negotiate billion-dollar deals before breakfast. And yet, they just blew their entire desperate rescue mission to save Diane because they decided to discuss their top secret, highly sensitive plans in the middle of crimson lights? Are you serious? Because this is exactly what drives me absolutely insane about this show sometimes. I've been watching since 2015, and this is without a doubt one of the most frustrating, hair-pulling things they've done in recent memory. You have a massive mansion with a giant living room. You have private soundproof offices at Jabot. You have the entire Abbott estate to lock the doors and whisper, but no, let's go to the local coffee shop where half of Genoa City gets their lattes and plot how to save Diane from a deranged kidnapper. And of course Patty Williams is just lurking right there, listening to every single word. So now, the entire plan is completely ruined. Patty heard everything. She knows exactly what Jack and Kyle are planning to do, which means she is already 10 steps ahead of them. And that is what is so utterly terrifying about this entire situation. Patty is not just some random villain of the week. Patty is deeply, psychologically obsessed with Jack Abbott. She has been stalking him all over town, watching his every move, tracking him like prey. Am I the only one who finds this genuinely chilling? But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's back up and look at the actual threats here. For weeks, we've been led to believe that Dr. Lawrence Markham is the big bad guy in this storyline. He's the one physically holding Diane hostage in that creepy, barred room. He's the one gaslighting her, telling her she had a mental breakdown, dodging her attacks with a letter opener. And yeah, Markham is bad news. He is a corrupt, sleazy psychiatrist who's clearly in this for the massive cash payout. He operates on logic, on greed, on self-preservation. You can negotiate with a guy like Markham because he wants something tangible. He wants money. But Patty does not care about money. Patty does not care about logic. Patty operates entirely on a delusional, obsessive, emotional wavelength that makes her infinitely more dangerous than Markham could ever be. Markham is just a distraction. He is the hired help. Patty is the mastermind. And her mind is a very, very dark place right now. She looks at Diane, and she doesn't see a hostage to be leveraged. She sees a mistake in Jack's life that needs to be permanently erased. I mean, remember when they tried this kind of storyline with Patty before? Remember when she literally got plastic surgery to look exactly like Dr. Emily Peterson just so she could marry Jack? Yeah, didn't work out too well for anyone then, either. Or what about when she poisoned Summer Newman? Patty has a proven track record of doing the most extreme, violent, unpredictable things when she feels threatened or when she thinks someone is standing in the way of her twisted fantasy with Jack. And that is exactly why Jack and Kyle's Crimson Lights blunder is so catastrophic. They thought they were dealing with a standard hostage negotiation. They thought they could outsmart the kidnappers, swoop in, and save Diane. But they aren't dealing with a rational actor. By letting Patty overhear their strategy, they have officially moved from a rescue mission into a full-blown survival situation. They have handed the playbook directly to a woman who is completely unhinged. I know some people are loving this dark, gritty turn for the show, but personally, I am terrified for Diane. Say what you want about Diane Jenkins, and Lord knows she has done some terrible, unforgivable things in her past, like faking her own death and framing half the town, but nobody, and I mean nobody, deserves to be locked in a padded cell, drugged, and gaslit into thinking they've lost their mind. That photo Patty showed Jack of Diane unconscious in that white padded room, that sent shivers down my spine. It is pure psychological torture. Actually, wait, let's talk about Jack's reaction to that photo. Because Jack is completely unraveling, and honestly, I don't blame him. But his desperation is blinding him. Patty is literally standing in his house, showing him proof of life, and blackmailing him for sex. She told him that the only way to save Diane's health and sanity is for him to recreate the magic they had on the yacht. The yacht I literally screamed at my television. The audacity of this woman to use his wife's life as a bargaining chip for his body is sickening. And Kyle? Bless his heart, but Kyle is so completely out of his depth here, it's almost painful to watch. When Detective Burrow came, asking questions, Kyle was fiercely defending his mother's work ethic, completely naive to the reality of the danger she is in. Kyle thinks this is a puzzle they can solve with Jabot resources and Abbott charm. He has no idea that they are playing a game of emotional Russian roulette with a woman who has nothing to lose. Kyle being involved in that Crimson Lights planning session just proves that neither of these men truly grasps the lethal nature of Patty Williams. So now, the element of surprise is completely gone. The advantage is entirely in Patty's hands. Jack and Kyle are flying blind, walking straight into whatever trap Patty is setting up for them. And because Patty's mind works on delusions rather than strategy, her next move is entirely unpredictable. Will she target Kyle to punish Jack? Will she order Markham to move Diane to an even worse location? Will she just snap and decide that if she can't have Jack, no one can? I am so stressed out just thinking about it. Because one wrong word, one wrong move from Jack, and this whole thing goes up in flames. He is trying to play nice, trying to ask her gently where his wife is, but you can't reason with someone who tells you you never really loved Diane while holding said wife hostage. It's madness. Jack is trying to play chess while Patty is playing with matches. And let's not forget the wild card in all of this, Tracy Abbott. Am I the only one who thinks Tracy is the only person in this family with a functioning brain right now? Tracy actually caught Patty in the park with Markham. Tracy is the one who confronted her, who threatened her with the mental facility, who tried to play psychological mind games by dangling Jack's gratitude as bait. Tracy understands how Patty's mind works. Why on earth aren't Jack and Kyle consulting Tracy instead of whispering their plans over cappuccinos at Crimson Lights? I can't with these men sometimes. I really can't. They are so arrogant, thinking they can handle this on their own, and now they've doomed Diane to God knows how much longer in that horrific house. And what if Dr. Markham really is Martin Laurent in disguise, like the rumors are saying? If Patty helped Martin get a new face, just like she did with the Emily Peterson situation, then this conspiracy goes deeper and darker than we ever imagined. If Markham is Martin, then he has his own twisted agenda, which means Patty might not even be in full control of her own hired gun. It's a recipe for absolute disaster. You have a greedy, potentially psychotic doctor and a delusional, obsessed stalker, both holding the life of Diane Jenkins in their hands, while her husband and son bumble around a coffee shop broadcasting their next moves to anyone within earshot. I'm sorry, but I am just so worked up over this. I want to see Diane rescued. I want to see Jack take down Patty. And I want to see Kyle finally wake up and realize what kind of monsters are lurking in Genoa City. But right now, I am just dreading what comes next. Because Patty is 10 steps ahead, she is lurking in the shadows, and she is ready to strike. And honestly, part of me is kind of here for the drama, even if it makes me want to throw my remote at the wall. Because this is the kind of high-stakes, deeply personal, history-rich storytelling that made me fall in love with The Young and the Restless in the first place. But please, for the love of all that is holy, can someone ban Jack and Kyle from Crimson Lights until this is over? Alright, I need to take a breath. I am way too emotionally invested in this, but I know you guys get it. What do you think Patty's gonna do next? Is she gonna hurt Kyle? Is Jack actually going to sleep with her to save Diane? Let me know, because I am losing my mind over here.